G'day YouTube. Today I became a Twitch affiliate like a few hours ago. And I'm not one to waste time when I could be milking a situation. So I guess it's time for an updated streaming setup tool as an affiliate edition. A little preview. As you can tell, I have a lot of Elgato. But it's time to get the actual setup. Since the last setup tool, I swapped from a Razer chair to a Corsair chair, which is another brand I have a lot of. I still have my Razer chair, but currently using the Corsair one. Guess it's time to go to the desk. This is my custom keyboard with Cherry MX red switches and some MSI keycaps. This is the Razer Basilisk V3 Pro with the infinite scroll wheel and stuff. I'm not sure how much of this is confidential, but I think this is okay to show. As you can see, I've become an affiliate, which is pretty interesting. My goal was to become one before my birthday, which is on the 12th and it's currently the 10th. So if you wanted to donate like $10 billion on my birthday, I wouldn't say no. I guess I'll show my monitors now. This monitor is a 27-inch 4K 240Hz QD OLED. Wait, I'll check PC part picker. Because even a very dramatic PC nerd like me doesn't remember the name of the monitor. Of course, it's an Alienware AW2725Q. I like the 0.03 millisecond response time. And my second monitor is a Alienware AW2725QF, which is a 4K 180Hz, not OLED monitor, it's like IPS. With a very slow 0.5 millisecond response time. I'll quickly go over the PC specs before I talk about the rest of the normal setup. My PC is pretty standard and basic. Like most people have these kind of specs. It has a Ryzen 9 9950X 3D. The regular one, not the 9950X 3D 2. So it's kind of trash. It has an RTX 5090, which has good RGB, 64 GB of RAM, and then an extra 2 fake RAM to fill in the RGB, and 16 terabytes of storage. It also has a 360mm AO with a screen, and a 1200 watts 80 plus platinum power supply. Okay, it's time to actually talk about the setup stuff. For audio, I use the Razer Kraken V4 wireless headset. It's pretty good. Speaking of audio, I guess it's time to talk about the microphone setup. For the microphone arm, I have an Elgato Wave Mic Arm Mark II. I picked it because it's good for high up and low down. Like the Elgato Mic Arm LP for low profile, it's mostly low, but sometimes I want some height. Although I mostly try and keep it somewhat balanced. My microphone is an Elgato Wave 3. I also put it on a shock mount to absorb some shock, not that there's really that much. And I have a pop filter. So I basically bought every single Elgato accessory for the microphone I could. Well, I say basically, but I think that is what I did. I don't think there's anything left. Although if there is, I'd probably buy it. Guess it's time to show the Stream Deck. I upgraded from the Elgato Stream Deck to the Elgato Stream Deck XL. Either versus the Stream Deck, she tells you not to worry about. Anyway, I guess I should show my audio buttons. Metal pipe. ROM. We'll make it a bit louder. Creeper. Money. A lot of these I wouldn't have picked, but it's what ChatGPT told me I should. So boom. I thought kind of outdated, but oh well. Same with air horn. Although it sometimes works. I have a laugh track, ironically. Because everyone knows if you need one, it's not very good. Then the alerts thing. And bonk. I also have an elephant for some reason. And crickets, which is probably too long. I generally end that early, but like at 3 seconds. I have an eagle. The eagle sound effect is very American and record scratch when it's dramatic. I have Windows error sound effect. A very dramatic sound effect. And wow. Wow. I have a button to swap my audio from headphones to speakers. And I guess the rest is mostly for when I'm actually streaming, so I'll show that. I have a button to turn on my Elgato Keylight Neo. It's this button. I have a button to go to my face cam when I want full screen. And my face cam is the Elgato 4K. I mean Elgato face cam 4K 60. So it's a 4K 60 FPS webcam, which is kind of overkill, but I wanted it anyway. I have a button to switch to my Nintendo Switch 2. It goes to my capture card. I don't stream console games that often, but when I do, it's good to have it as an easy option. And this one is game, which is like any PC game. So if I play Minecraft or something, I would go to this setup. Yeah, I was streaming some Minecraft, but I can't jump. So I had to disable space to jump. I guess I should show my audio buttons. And I mean like microphone audio. To change my voice and stuff. Not the usual alerts. Okay. My face was bleeding earlier, so that's why that's there. That's not really the point. So this is what I sound like normally. But that's a bit boring and basic. Auto-tune is an essential part of life. Because sometimes you gotta become future Travis Scott. Not that I'll ever be as good as them, but you know, at least I'm closer now. I suppose that's the end of the video.